Sean "Diddy" Combs went into full villain mode when he found out Cassie was seeing someone else. Cassie's mother gave a fiery testimony, while Kid Cudi's testimony was recorded. We are back with all the latest updates on the Diddy-Cassie lawsuit. According to Cassie's mom, Cassie Ventura, Diddy lost it and demanded a cool $20,000 from her when he found out that she was seeing someone else. He even threatened to leak explicit tapes of him and Cassie. Oh, and just to spice things up, he also allegedly said he'd send someone to rough up both Cassie and her new boo. Regina told the court she felt physically sick when she got the email from her daughter back in late 2011. "I didn't understand a lot of it," she said, "but those sex tapes, that threw me for a loop." And then boom, $20,000 ransom like it's a straight-up episode of a crime drama. She also said that he was mad, like real mad, because he dropped a bunch of cash on Cassie, and then boom, she's off dating someone else, Mama Ventura told the court. And who's the guy in question? None other than Kid Cudi, aka Scott Mescudi. Now here's where it gets wild. Cassie's mom was so freaked out by Diddy's threats that she actually took out a home equity loan. Yeah, mortgaged the house, just to cough up that $20,000 to keep her daughter safe. But plot twist, a few days later, the money magically reappeared, and wait for it, Cassie was back with Diddy again. Now what is this all about? Guess we will be needing more testimonies before this truth unfolds. Meanwhile, Regina only testified for less than 30 minutes, partly because Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, didn't even bother with a cross-exam. And while she was up there, the jury got a glimpse of some heartbreaking stuff. We are talking photos of bruises on Cassie's body, taken during Christmas 2011, when she came home looking anything but merry and bright. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, tried to shut things down, pleading with Judge Aaron Subramanian to block Regina Ventura's testimony, calling it purely prejudicial, saying, "Your Honor, this makes my client look real bad." But the judge wasn't buying it. Subramanian gave the green light, saying the whole situation, threats to drop sex tapes and talk of sending people to hurt Cassie, reeked of potential extortion. Moreover, jurors got an eyeful of evidence from a March 2024 raid on Combs' ultra-luxe Star Island mansion. Yeah, the one nestled in Miami's celeb-studded neighborhood. Homeland Security wasn't playing around. Agent Gerard Gannon told the court they rolled up in an armored vehicle, and just in case, they had boats flanking the mansion too, tactical level, Call of Duty. What did they find inside? Oh, just a couple AR-15 rifles, 7-inch stilettos, and what prosecutors are calling Diddy's party starter pack: lingerie, sex toys, baby oil, lube, and enough condoms to stock a CVS. The feds are saying this stuff was used during what they straight up labeled freak-off sex marathons. All of this bombshell testimony dropped during week 2 of what's expected to be a 2-month courtroom roller coaster. Diddy, who's now 55, has pleaded not guilty, but if this trial doesn't go his way, he could be looking at 15 years to life behind bars. The stakes? Through the roof? And it doesn't end here. Earlier on Tuesday, we got another bombshell, this time from Diddy's former personal assistant, David James, who worked with him from 2007 to 2009. And let's just say, this wasn't your average 9-to-5. According to James, the job started cool but quickly turned into a high-stakes survival game. The final straw? Diddy allegedly made him drive a car while he sat in the back seat, angry as hell, with 3 handguns just chilling on his lap. That's when James was like, "Yeah, I value my life, I'm out." But that's not all. Part of James's duties included prepping hotel rooms under the alias Frank Black, because of course, Diddy had a secret name, and the must-haves were quite the list: fresh undies, an iPod, applesauce, vodka, baby oil, Viagra, and condoms. Basically, a travel kit for whatever was about to go down. James then recalled a moment in 2008 that was nothing less than a movie. Diddy tells him to bring over an iPod to his hotel room. Dude opens the door, and boom. Cassie is lying in bed with just a white comforter pulled up to her neck, and some random naked guy is making a run for it. Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, plot twist. David James had even more tea to spill about working for Diddy. So apparently, at one party, James is just vibing, dancing his heart out, and Diddy films him. Later, Diddy shows him the footage and casually drops, "I'm going to keep this in case I ever need it." Blackmail? Much? James straight up took that as a stay in line or this goes viral kind of threat. Now, this lines up with what Cassie testified last week. She said Diddy threatened to leak her sex tapes, specifically ones of her with male escorts during those infamous freak-offs, if she didn't obey him. Yikes! James also said he was forced to take not one, but 2 lie detector tests because Diddy was on a mission to find out who stole some cash and a watch. Because, you know, nothing screams healthy workplace vibes like polygraphs at the office. And then came the drugs. James testified that Diddy was lit almost daily, popping Percocets during the day and riding that ecstasy wave at night. Hotel room supply runs included more than just applesauce and condoms. He said security would drop off a party bag of drugs, one of which was a pill designed to look like Barack Obama. Yep, the president. As a pill. Jeez. What has he been up to, man? This trial is sounding less like a courtroom and more like a season finale of some unhinged HBO series. Now let's rewind to the moment that made David James say, "I'm out of here." James told the court that the whole 3 guns on Diddy's lap situation went down during a mission in November 2008, and Diddy was apparently gearing up to confront none other than Suge Knight. Yeah, that Suge Knight at a diner in LA. Cassie even backed this story up in her testimony. So there's James, just doing assistant things, when he looks in the rearview mirror and sees his boss sitting in the back seat, with 3 handguns just chilling on his lap. That's when reality hit. "I was really shook up by it," James told the court. "This was the first time being Mr. Combs's assistant that I realized my life was in danger." Safe to say, that was his breaking point. He quit shortly after. Can't blame him, I mean. When your office drama turns into potential drive-by drama, it's time to update that resume. And hold on. This saga hasn't maxed the WTF meter just yet. In Terra Stage Left, Sheree Hayes, aka The Punisher, an exotic dancer. Hayes dropped his own jaw-dropping testimony. According to him, Cassie called him up claiming it was her birthday and that her husband told her to hire a dancer. Sounds innocent enough, right? Just another wild NYC party night. Except, it wasn't. Hayes said he rolled up to a Manhattan hotel room expecting the usual, a fun little strip show for a group. But when the door opened, surprise, no party, no group, just one woman and a totally naked man hiding his face with something that looked like a burqa. Yeah, you read that right. Turns out, the mystery man under the cloth was none other than Sean Diddy Combs himself. Hayes had officially entered the freak-off multiverse, and this was just the intro scene. And oh, it gets even wilder. There were bottles of baby oil soaking in bowls of warm water, like some kind of spa meets strip club fusion. Then someone slipped him a fat stack $800 in cash to kick things off. But here's where it gets next level. After Hayes performed sexually with Cassie, with Combs reportedly just sitting there watching like he was at a private screening, he was handed another $1,200, like a tip, but for freak-off services rendered. At that point, Hayes still didn't even realize he was performing in front of Sean Diddy Combs. It wasn't until their next little hotel adventure that it finally clicked. He walked into a different room, looked at the TV screen, and boom, there it was in big, bold hospitality text. Essex House would like to welcome Mr. Sean Combs. Cue the record scratch moment. That's when everything added up.